Hey Tubies, so I thought it'd be kind of fun today to go on a quick field trip. So I'm going to do an introduction here at my house since I don't know if I'll be able to find a place to film while I'm there. I don't have a tripod yet, so I'm saving up for that, and hopefully as soon as I get my school loans I'll have a tripod and, I can do on location shoots. But anyway, so I'm heading out to a place that we call Memorial Grove. The front part of the park has statues and all this kind of stuff to veterans and things like that. But what most people don't know is if you keep walking back, there's a little dog run area where you can take your dogs off leashes. And if you keep going back, then there's kind of, it has paths, but it's mostly an untouched forest. And there's some really cool places back there, and I'll show you those. But my purpose for going back there is, one, I collect herbs there. There's a lot of naturally occurring herbs and other plant material that I use. A lot of sage bushes, some oak, different things, kind of whatever I can find. In the front area they do grow some, a lot of lavender. Lavender is huge here. Lavender grows like wildfire, so I get a lot of lavender, which is wonderful. So I go there to collect some, and I'm really excited to get to use my new offering stone, so I'll make sure I get a video of that. And then the second purpose is I need to grab some water for my altar. The park is centered around City Creek. It is part spring, part runoff from a mountain. Oh gosh, I don't even know how far back, but way further back. I'm going to go collect some spring water from this creek that runs through downtown. And then, I don't know what you would call it. I use it for, I don't know if you would say holy water. I don't like that term. It gets confused with Catholics, and I have nothing against Catholicism, but I think that my purpose is for holy water, and my holy water is different from theirs. But basically just water that I bless and I can use in consecration of tools or in any sort of working that I need water. Just something that I have intentionally set aside for the representation and blessing of water. So I will get started and get on my way, and if I can do a blog while I'm there, I'll do something. I have a couple of things I want to talk about, but like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to set my camera anywhere and be able to get a shot. Okay, so the park is just to the east of the state capitol. It's right there. That's literally right there. That's the entrance to the park. But what I want to show you is to the south of the capitol, and it's called the White Chapel. And at the top is a pentacle. Okay, so this is walking down into the park. I had to cut the audio from this section because I'm actually talking with my mother on the phone while I'm recording this. So this is the walkway down into the park and the views from the top of the walkway down into the park. Okay, Tubi, so this is too weird. I just walked past this twice without even noticing. Do you see that there? That's a snake. And there is its head. That is a huge freaking snake. I don't know if I walk past it again or not. I've got this freaked out. This is City Creek here, and we're still sort of in the mouth of the park. And I like to go a lot deeper. Okay, so this here is an old foundation of a house or a barn, something that used to stand here. And this is a really interesting area. I've actually, a friend and I did ritual here one time, and many other people have as well. It's a little bit more grown over than it was when we first came out. But you can find, generally, there is wax on the four quarters. And actually it looks like there is some green wax there in the north quarter. So it's a very popular ritual spot. This place definitely has a sort of witchy vibe to it, for sure. And it's one of the few natural areas in the area, so it just makes sense that we would kind of adopt this as somewhat of a pseudo-sacred space. Okay, so I'm up on the hill a bit, and this will give you an idea of how far we've come. The Capitol building down there is right where I entered the park, and then we've walked all the way back to here. And this is actually an area that has tons of sage bushes. It's not white sage. It's a different type of sage, and I can't remember quite what type it is, but it's actually what the local Indian population here use for smudge sticks. And I'm not native, although I have a huge respect for native peoples, and I love native culture. So I collect some of these for my smudge sticks. Okay, so we're a bit further up the canyon now, and I thought I'd show you one of my favorite finds. A friend and I stumbled upon this a couple of weeks ago. It is an old well. I'm really excited for Candlemas, seeing as though Bridget is associated with wells. And I always like to leave a little offering here. So I'm going to leave one of my offering stones. Okay, so here's another monument space, and a friend and I wanted to do a ritual out here. You can see it kind of already has an altar, and the directions are on the altar there. And I can't read the inscription who it was from, but it's a pretty neat space. Here's a great little bridge space built up further in the canyon. We're now in the area that is much less trafficked, and it starts to climb from here. And it actually gets pretty precarious. This is what I'm standing on, this sort of ledge. And there's the river down there. So you can kind of see it through the trees there. It's so pretty. Okay, so this area here is beautiful. I love it. This is generally where I collect my water from. It's just a beautiful flowing part of the river. It seems to have good energy to me. It's not dammed up like the rest of the river. It's not man-made. So I usually collect it from here. Hey guys, so I just scored. I was hoping to find some here. There's a whole bed of abandoned snail shells all over here, and they've been bleached by the sun, so they're a beautiful white color. There's a couple here. And sometimes you find some intact and sometimes you don't. So I love these. There's several around here, so I just thought I'd show you my little find here. Okay, so I am sitting up near the river here, and the river runs through that way, and I have actually never been past this point. And if you want to know why, I'll show you. This is what the trail looks like from here out. So you see down there is the actual trail, and then it's been washed out. So I have yet to figure out how to get over there. I want to try, but we'll see. Okay, so we are officially the furthest I've ever been, and it looks like I can't go any further because the trail stops. But man, it is so beautiful out here. Gorgeous. So I think I'm going to sit here a while, meditate, draw, sketch, and just, you know, chill out. So that's the end of this tour. I think I'm not going to film the way back. I have one more thing to show you, but I'll tag that in the beginning that I was unable to catch on the way in. So, bye!